me see. I wasn't gonna go live today, but I got a couple of questions of people wanting to start up. Hello, Miss Lisa. How you doing? Hey, Fresh and Sassy in the house. How you doing, little mama? Miss Lisa K asked me a couple questions. A couple other people asked me some questions too. So, before I answer them, the only thing I can say is you gotta, number one, like the title says, is this going to be a hobby or a lifestyle change? Because when it comes to your gardening, you got to get that out the way first. That might want to be your very first question. Hey, Creator Jay, how you doing? Your first question. I won't be on here long. I just want to kind of get a couple notes out that I already jotted some stuff down so I can stay, you know. You got to ask yourself a couple questions. Is this going to be a hobby? Or is this going to be a lifestyle change? Like, are you going to take this serious? Like, is this going to be like adding on an addition to your house? Hey, how you doing, Free Spirit? Good morning. I look at it as I was doing both. Hey, J3GS Farms, I was doing both. I was doing hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that, having a little hobby on the side. But for the most part, if you plan on growing food, hey, Cheryl, Organic Food Forest, Miss Lady Cheryl. What's up, the bull? What's going on, man? What's up, Mo Fonta? How you doing this morning? Say, I asked myself that and had, yes. I'm going to get right into it. Good morning, Miss G. As you guys come in, I'm just going to say good morning and keep it rolling, okay? Because I want to get this out. Because I got a lot of people asking a question, and the best way I know how to answer it is in with us all together in a forum, and we can help each other. Number one. Number two is this. Like I said before, you got to ask yourself the question before you even pick up a shovel, before you pick up a rake, before you go to digging, before you do any of this stuff. When you're getting into gardening, hey, good morning, Abu Musa. How you doing? Before you get into gardening, for food, okay? For food. Let me get that clear. You got to ask yourself, is this for you? Is this going to be a hobby like the first time something died, you like, I'm done with that? Or are you trying to change your lifestyle? Like I just said a minute ago, I look at it as like adding an addition onto your house. Good morning, Seed and Soil Farm. You just don't just go out in the street and have a couple people you see and say, hey, come build this piece onto my house, right? You're going to do you're going to do a lot of research. You're going to save a lot of money. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Midget 4. That's a lot of words. Good morning, 4 Orange Farm. Listen, you're going to want the best quality contractors that you can find, right? If this is serious, you're going to want the best contractors you can find. You're going to want the best prices. You're going to want the best quality supplies. It's nothing different in gardening to me. It's the same thing. Good morning, Vegan Homeschooler. Good morning, Nene60. It's the same thing to me. If you're going to do this as a hobby and you just messing around, good morning, Roberta Hardy. If you just messing around, listen, I'm gonna say that's when you start penny pinching and like, I don't want to buy the big nice pots for the container gardeners. I just want to just put it in this little milk jug that I bought, and, empty milk jug, empty container that I recycle. That's hobby stuff. Keep on playing. Good morning, Stephanie Valadez. How you doing? Good morning, Naked Gardener. When you're doing that stuff, that's when that's hobby. And whether it live or die, you kind of like, well, I'll try again next year. Whoopity-doo. But when you investing, when you taking it serious, and this is a lifestyle change. The Bulls Garden say you study your work, watch your videos, and stay consistent. Exactly. You keep on top of it. You stay on top of it because it's serious. If somebody's building a piece onto your house, don't you want the roof not to leak? You know what I'm saying? You want them to do it right. That's your money. That's a big investment. So I'm gonna get right into that. Um, if you're doing this as a lifestyle change, you're trying to change your lifestyle and grow your own food on your own land or in your own yard or in your own containers, whatever it may be, you gotta look at it as an investment. What I see across the board, outside of the greenhouse lounge family, inside of everywhere, what I see is this. Everybody is trying to save money. Good morning, Green Organic Love. Said it's a rage, just ended my love now to be here. Okay. I missed something. Arkansas is in the house. Hey, Priscilla. Okay. So you got to look at it like this. You want to, if you changing your lifestyle, I got to say this. Everybody trying to save money. Pinch pennies. If it's a lifestyle change, meaning you going hard, you want to start your garden lifestyle change, if you will, I'm going to say this. Stop worrying about saving money. I'm going to say this. In your initial startup, just like a business, in your initial startup, invest into your dream. Invest in your garden just like you would invest in a piece being built onto your house. You would not be just picking up any Joe Schmo at Home Depot and say, hey, can you do this? You ain't gonna do that. You gonna want to hear word of mouth from people you trust, like a friend, one of your neighbors, like, yeah, I had them a week ago, and I mean, they put that gutter system on for me last year, and I gotta call them every 5 minutes, just like we do with the garden nursery list. Like, hey, I wouldn't buy nothing from them. You can do what you want, but I have had nothing but horror stories from them, right? So to me, I say go hard. If you are serious about changing your lifestyle, your garden, and you want your garden right, I say invest the money in it. I do. I say invest money, and just like you invest money in a car, you don't want to go out there and just buy any old piece of junk, because that's going to have you and your kids and your family in that car, and it's going to be dangerous if you go out and buy a piece of junk that's going to break down the middle of the road, tire fly off that way. So I say this, invest in your garden in the initial startup. That's what I say. Invest in your garden, because what's going to happen is if you invest in your garden right now, you won't have to spend that much money down at year after year. That's one thing that, I don't think I've ever said this to you guys. And that's what made me think about it. When I first started at this house, I'm not even going to go back to my old land. This house, the first thing I did was invest in clearing my land, chainsaws, how I'm going to clear this land, burn barrels, fire pits. You don't even know. I didn't even record any of that stuff. If you would have saw this house, y'all see how wide open my land is? I done that because I invested my time and my money in clearing this land. My land was looking like the bull. The bull got a lot of land to clear. Mine was looking like that. If I showed you initial startup pictures of my house, that's what that used to look like. After that, what I did was, now you got to start, and you guys were along with me on this, you got to start working on your soil. Bringing in sand, bringing in wood chips, bringing in pebble gravel, peat gravel, all of that stuff, compost, leaves. I got leaves out there right now. You can probably, You could probably see all them leaves. Remember that I ground up right there in that circle, turning into right there. All that whole brown little circle, that's all ground up leaves that we did this fall. Bring them leaves in, bring in that compost, bring in that manure from your chicken coop and everything else. Bring that stuff in and set it out there. Them coffee grounds, I wish I could show you that. I just throw them suckers out. Sometime I dig a hole, sometime I just throw that stuff out there. And every time you just move your hand across them leaves and stuff, worms are everywhere eating all them banana peels, eggshells, coffee grounds, all that stuff. So you gotta invest in your garden if you taking it seriously. I'm gonna get in here real quick, and then I'm gonna get back on topic. Let me see. The vegan homeschooler says, "I want to grow my own food." Let me pull this closer. I ain't got to do that. I want to grow my own food, but I have to do it inside. Been trying, but I keep losing my crop. There's nothing wrong with growing your food inside, but I'm gonna say this. If you're serious about growing your food inside, invest the money, invest the time. Because one thing you're gonna have, if you think about it, and we've all been there, get this. You keep penny pinching trying to make a tree grow. You keep penny pinching and trying to make a tree grow, and it died. You replace it. Then you do it again. You keep penny pinching, trying to get it to grow. I just want to add this much water, just a little bit of food. I'm going to try to save the food. If you keep doing that, the tree going to keep dying. All the money that you lost in the long run, you could have invested that money in the beginning and got that tree to grow until it's growing you fruit. Now you ain't even got to think about that tree because it's growing food on its own. You don't got to do anything. Good morning, Supreme. You don't got to do nothing for that tree no more. If you take all the money that you're about to waste penny pinching, it's just like any investment. Y'all got to think of this. This gardening game is just like any investment in your normal everyday life. You got to think about it. You keep on wasting money hand over fist, penny pinching. So that's where the question come about. Is this a hobby? Or are you serious? Because if you serious, you might want to be like, look, I'm about to break the doggone change jar open and spend some money. Number one, I have wrote some stuff down too. Number one, I'm gonna say this real quick. If you're serious about starting your garden and investing in your garden, stop. I'm going to say this, and I don't got nothing against these people because I bought some of their trees and stuff too. Don't get nothing from no big box store. Don't do it. Don't, when I say that, I mean fruit trees. Don't do it. Don't. You see that $20 or that $19 price tag, and that just looks delicious. So the first thing you do is you go pick you up a couple apple trees from one of the big box stores and you set. But then later down the line, you wondering what's wrong with it? Why ain't it growing? Why ain't it producing no food? You don't know where this tree came from. You don't know what kind of root stock it's on because that all matters, right? Good morning, Rose 5150. This is what I say. If you're serious, your garden is your business because that your garden could start making you money like it makes me money. Your garden is your business. Invest in your garden. Invest in your business. So what I'm going to say to you is this. Go to a reputable nursery where they know every time you ask them any kind of question, they can tell you, where did these trees come from? What kind of root stock is it on? Why did y'all blend this tree with this root stock? And when they can tell you, I know 2 companies, and I'm going to spit them out, that can do that. Dave Wilson Nursery and Stark Brothers Nursery. They know. Those are the only 2 companies that can tell you what kind of root stock they got their whatever tree on and why. To me, that's why I keep getting this fruit and this good success of these fruit. And y'all be looking at me like, what the hell is laying? What do you do to your... Sometimes it's just a reputable company that you get your fruit trees and plants and stuff from. So if you serious, all you do is network with everybody else in the garden community and look at the list and be like, look, yeah, stay away from them. Remember the ones I said start with a T, and why do they keep making videos about their company? Get what I'm saying? Stay away from them. You will never hear anything good come from me with them. Never. I've had bad experiences, and all I hear is bad experiences from them. Invest in your money. Right, Naked Gardener, thank you. I caught that. I'm glad I was looking at the screen at the time. A reputable nursery always carries a good warranty. They say if it die in a year's time, send it back. We'll give you your money back, no questions, or send you another tree, no questions. Stark Brothers, excellent for that. I have never, ever, ever had a problem. I say, hey, well, this one ain't doing so good. Now, they will say this, just give it another month, please. Because that tree sometimes take a little longer to start flushing out. And I'm like, okay, but, you know, I'm getting a little nervous on this one because all my trees is blooming. This one's still bald-headed. Just give it 30 more days. Trust us on this. If it's not, in 30 days, I'll be damn every time. I've had that happen twice. Every time they right on the money. I got 2 pear trees I done that with. Every time they right on the money. 30 days later, if 30 days, boom, that sucker start flushing out. So yeah, Stark Brothers. Now, the only thing I can say about Dave Wilson Nurseries, I only deal with their affiliates. So, but I've still never had any problem with their affiliates because we don't have a Dave Wilson's here, but we have a couple of vendors for them. Never. I don't, no receipt, no question. They don't even ask what happened. Well, what kind of soil did you plant it in? Was it getting enough water? None of that. Do you want to get another tree or do you want your money back? Oh, well, that is investment. If you go to some of these places, now, I'm going to tell you this. Some of the big box stores, good morning, Chic. Some of these big box stores, they'll give you your money back too, and they have a warranty too. But what good is your warranty if you're just exchanging more junk? It's like getting something from the Goodwill. Guess what? The Goodwill got warranties too on their electrical devices. Oh, if something happened, that one don't work, that old toaster don't work, you know, bring it back and you get another toaster. What do I want another toaster from you for? You know what I'm saying? If the ones I keep getting don't work. So if you're right and wasting time, bull, exactly. And you wasting mad time. So one thing, and you know what, I'm going to mark this on this list because you just said something I wish I would have said in the first place. In the garden, time is everything. What we're doing right now. Hey, who is this? Hey, Brianna, how you doing this morning? Time is everything. Number one, we grow old. We fade away too. I don't got the rest of my life to be waiting on. Like some pecan tree, they say, yes, in 15 years, you'll be getting nuts. I can't wait that long to get no nuts. I'm be losing my nuts in 15 years. I can't wait for no pecan tree that long. I'll need it grafted. I need it to be producing in about 5 years. And every year I get older. Good morning, Chef. Every morning I get older. Every day I get older. That's one less year that I want some trees to produce something. I ain't gonna have too much longer on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So time is everything. We fade away. And every time you have to replace one of those trees, you starting all over. So if a tree say it'll be producing decently in about 5 years, just think every time that tree died. That's why I hate that damn beaver. Because every time he bite one of my trees down, he just started my clock all over again. And that's why I start his clock all over again too. What's that? Cheryl say, tell me about it. This old lady don't have much time left. Oh, you're going to be here before, you're going to still be here when we all gone, Cheryl. You, please. I know good and well. Let me see. Lady Leg grandmama was still planting food in the dirt at, she was almost 100 years old. And walking better than me. Not a bad back, not nothing. You know what she told? She said, baby, I'm tired. And that was it. She ain't had no ailments. She just was like, you know, my husband gone, I'm tired. Peace. That's how she went out. Not because she had ailments and stuff. She outlived everybody. Okay, Four Horns Farm, I had garden beds put up and filled with the best soil. I bought good fencing to keep the critters out. It was a successful garden. I'm still eating from it almost a year later. About 1K spent. Exactly. I've had this experience myself, and the best part is you guys been here to watch me do some of this half-ass shit, and it never works out. If it works out, it's temporary. So I said that's why y'all see me in the last year and a half start getting rid of some of these weird ass trees, start getting rid of some of these weird ass plants. I'm not gonna be planting a whole bunch of strange stuff that ain't gonna make it, ain't gonna live. I don't got time to keep doing that. I leave that to little lead, man. Experiment with some of that shit as you get older. I ain't got time. So it's going to be tomatoes and potatoes and collard greens and stuff that I know, okra, stuff that I know is going to grow. I don't got time to keep experimenting. You understand? We got to think like that. So if you investing in your garden, you ask yourself again, am I just trying this out? Because that, trust me, if you're just trying it out, that's going to take you down a whole nother path of gardening. Or am I serious about this and I really want to change my whole lifestyle in the way I grow food? That's going to take you down a whole nother way. Matter of fact, if you like, I'm really serious and I really want to change my lifestyle, I would look at it as you're buying a new car or having a piece built onto your home. That means, look, I need to start thinking about money. Do I have enough money for this investment? Should I take out a loan for this investment? All of that. Be serious about it. If you be serious about it and you invest into your garden right now, you ain't gonna get nothing but success. And I don't think I've ever said any of this. That's why I'm saying it now. Some of this stuff, most of this stuff that y'all see success in my garden is because I invested in it. That's why some of those videos, I'm like, yeah, I spent a little money for it, but it was always worth it. Let me see. D says, have a great day, have to go to work. Have a nice day, okay? Chick says, we weeded it down. Let me read this better over here. Whoa. So we weeded it down to grow things that freeze or dehydrate well. Exactly, my friend, exactly. You gotta really start thinking about what can make it, what can't. What are you going to spend your money on in a serious garden? That means you need to network with other gardeners basically in your area that knows. When you driving by, just don't be driving, just paying attention and thinking about nonsense. Sometime at a stop sign, look over to the side. How many times have you been driving for years? I'm going to tell you one right now. Bear Fruit Gardener said this in one of her videos just recently. She said, I've been coming to this post office for years and I've never paid it no attention. It's an apple tree sitting right here. I walk up under an apple tree to get into the building, right? Pay attention to what's growing in your surroundings. That's going to help you know what grows well in your surroundings. Take the time to do your research so you can invest in your own garden. Let me get in here real quick. Shirley Organic Food Force said, that's what I'm doing. Growing only what I need and what I love. Exactly. I'm done with all that nonsense and tropical pookie berries and shit that I keep getting from all around the world. Totally done with that. Shit Happen says, got that one. Shit Happen says, and you spend your money on things you know you will eat. There you go. Exactly. Let me get back up here. Shit Happen says, each fall I dump 4,000 pounds of cow poop on my garden. Been doing this for 16 years. Some of the best dirt ever. That's a good one. Little Slice of Paradise, good morning to you. Said, my beaver bit my tree I got from you, Led. Is doing great. Good. Oh, the beaver bite tree. Good. Good. I'm so proud of that because it's gonna be a good tree. Trust me. That's the pear tree. That's Asian pear, right? Let me get it here. Okay, Rose 5150 said, my kids are grown. I ain't babysitting nothing. My babysitting days is over in the garden. So that's why I say, if you invest that money, invest in your soil. Invest in your soil preparation because that's the key to the rest of it. Compost, wood chips, topsoil, whatever you're going to do. And I think that was, I can't remember who said it. If you're container gardening, don't half-ass do it. If you got raised beds, don't half-ass do it. Trust me, I thought about something. I keep telling y'all I used to fill my raised beds with leaves and stuff like that. But honestly, that's because my soil was already tightened up because I've been investing in it for a while now. Now this is my going on 6th year in this house. So you got to think about that. Bonita is about to be 6 years old. No, she's about to be 7 years old. So 6 years, think about that. Everybody keep thinking I bought Bonita like that. Bonita, I kid you not. Let me find something there. But Bonita looked like this when I bought it. Bonita looked like that little orchid. She was just a twig. She's 6 years old now. So right, bull, soil, your location of your yard where you planting stuff, and just testing all that stuff out. Where's the water being held at in your yard? How can you change that? Because you can change the way your yard drapes water off in which direction it does that. People think you helpless, and whatever your yard is, that's just what you got. No. You can bring soil in and grade your land the way, however the hell you want to grade it, so it can drain that water away in any direction you want to grade it in. So you're never just stuck. I showed y'all that, I think it was a year or so ago, about I plant all my trees on a mound because my land is always flooded. Y'all see the floods? Always flooded. But my trees do good because they ain't drowning out. They sitting on top of that mound. And then the roots go down. If the roots don't like that much water, the roots up here are just fine. So that's, I can't state this one enough, okay? Your water irrigation. I'm reading off one of the little lists I made so I don't throw off. Before you do anything, people, there's 2 things you need to do. Number 1, know where your sun is. Know where your shade is. How many hours at what time of the year. So some of this research is going to take you more than a year. It might take you a year to research. Just like you finding that contractor to put that piece onto your house or find the right auto dealer to buy the right car from. Right now, I know that my son comes down the side of that house with Lily and the lemon tree all year round. Even though the sun shifts, all year, it stays down that alley, down that side of the house. That's the south side of the house all year, no matter whether it's winter, summer, spring, or fall. So that right there is important. Where's your sun? Where's your doggone shade at? And then after that, water irrigation. I say before you even prep your soil, water irrigation. Where are you getting water from? How are you getting it in there? Do you need to run a water system? I say number 1 thing, get your water system right, tightened up right off the bat. Good morning, Lady Linda. Good morning. Because you could have the most beautiful, luscious garden. And we've all seen it because a couple of us in here got those gardens. And when it got piping hot in this joint this summer, We ain't have no way to water it. No way. Because some of us like, I like to water my garden by hand. That didn't work this summer. That did not work because your ass have been out there all day trying to hand water stuff you can't. Then some of us like broke out the water hose. Like, I don't like using city water. Number one, because of my bill. Number two, we know it's full of bullshit, but I got to do something. I'm telling you. So you standing out there catching a damn sunstroke, watering this giant garden, which was too big for your house in the first place. You didn't do enough research. I did the same thing, so I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. I don't need my garden to be that damn big. It's only 3 people in this house, and one of them, I only see him half the damn time, little leg. So I don't need the garden to be that big. I just need it to be half of the size. And every year I break it down smaller and smaller. Just saying. You got to think of that. Water irrigation. If you don't got water irrigation, I don't care what your soil is. I don't care if you got the luscious soil and it's filled with chicken and cow poop and it's black as night. Who cares if you can't keep it moist? Who cares if nothing grows in it? So water irrigation is number one. I'm going to mark that off because I keep on going back to that. Your containers, if you're going to be a container gardener, what kind of soil is you filling your container with? Stop trying to be cheap and skimp out on the money with filling your containers up. Don't do it. Invest. Make that first major investment. And if, good morning, Miss, that New Orleans gardener, Miss 511. Invest in that doggone your soil and your preparation, because here's a quick example. I've been trying to grow cuttings for years. Failed horribly. The only cuttings that ever lived, trust me, it wasn't me, it was God. I ain't have nothing to do with why it grew. Rose 5150 came in and said, no. You got to do a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Boom, it worked, right? So I've never bought no doggone a Pure Light. I was always like, man, what I need that for? Invest. Investigate. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. And then look, I had over 50 cuttings this year and y'all seen them all successful and I sold them all. Sorry, that's my daughter. Not now, baby. It kills me. It's her first day at work. Anyway, invest in your garden. That's your key. You know it's your key is when they see you keep on hanging up on them. You know I don't do that. And I get on y'all about that. You know it's something important. That's Princess Leia right there. Her first day at work. This is her first day as a nurse. So she's really proud. And I'm going to run in there. I'm going to go talk to her in a minute. Because Daddy helped get her a job. My baby. Anyway, let me see. Oh, we talked about the quality and networking with others. Oh. How much space? How much space? Rose 5150 said, I learned by accident. Well, it was a good accident. Because now we all know. So, yes, it is a great career. I miss it from at time to time. Let me see. Yeah, I'm about to answer right now, Lady Linda. I just wanted to make sure, because I'm getting these questions, what is this, what should you be thinking about? If this is a hobby, you can go, look, you want some hobby stuff, you start doing stuff like this, not even caring, Oh, I'm going to grow some orange seeds and some lemon seeds. Look, you see them dust webs in there sitting down by the vent. See what? This is hobby type stuff right here. But when you serious, you start doing stuff like this and paying $5 something a pound for Asian sweet potatoes. That's when you serious and you start really doing real stuff. So please, if you're gonna start up and you wondering whether you should get in the garden or not, ask yourself that question. Is this a hobby? Am I just kidding around? Or do I really want to change my lifestyle? For like dieting, I hate saying that word. Or your eating habits. We'll say that your eating habits and how you want to change your healthy lifestyle. Do you want to invest in a juicer? This is gonna cost you about $300 or $400. Do you want to invest in a treadmill? Gonna cost you about $1,500? Or do you want to just, you know what I'm saying, keep on clicking on the little links that if you take this pill, you'll lose this much fat? Is you serious or is you ain't? If you ain't, click on the links of that nonsense and just have fun with it. If you're a hobbyist, have fun with it. That's I do, because I still do it over there on the pallet patio. Have fun with that part. But the serious part, invest some real money in that. If you invest money in your garden, you will be successful. Period. It's really nothing else to say about that, and y'all know I'm right. If you go out there and invest that money and you serious about it, I'm talking about growing food, flowers, that's a whole nother ballgame. But trees, invest your money. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying on that. I didn't want to keep y'all long. I just really wanted to get that out before I start answering a few emails, because I don't think I've ever said it, and I wanted to get that out, that some of this stuff I really invested some money in. I got a video that I just did. I'm gonna upload it later. I bought you guys saw the chocolate persimmon. Okay, that cost me a little money. I bought a giant fuyu persimmon. Cost me a little money. But those are varieties that I only wanted top quality trees. I wanted it from a reputable dealer. I know other places where I could have got those trees, but I was like, I don't know about them. Even though I've never heard about them, but I was like, I don't know about them. Nobody is vouching for them. And I've asked a few of you guys, and he was like, I don't know. I've never dealt with them, and had a friend didn't really have a good experience. That's all I need to hear. So spend the extra money and go where you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like the only reason people go to Starbucks to get the coffee is they know that shit is the bomb. You start buying Starbucks and going to Starbucks because you know their stuff is the bomb. That's why. No other reason. It's other coffees out there that taste as good as Starbucks, but nobody knows about them. Nobody's vouching for them. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you, I like chock full of nuts. It's a northern coffee. Tastes almost as good to me, but nobody really ever vouches for it. Abu Musa says you really need a community that's about sharing and educational, because there is so much information and many YouTubers are affiliated and fueled. I've been studying for about 3 years and now have analysis and paralysis. Okay, I missed something here. Maybe I missed something. Landon Kepez says, how is your Sumatra? Oh, that's been dead. That banana tree did terrible in cold weather. Terrible. Because it was a cross between that red, forget what it was called, red Zembrina and something else. And the red Zembrina don't do good, and it died and never came back. It got a nice size. It didn't grow fast, but it got a nice size. When winter came, it died and never came back. Everything else came back except for that. So, you guys, that's all I wanted. I didn't want to stay on here long because I got a whole nother video coming out, and I didn't want to just, beat you over the head with it. So it's my day off, and I already got my duck boots on. I'm about to go outside. Duck boots and pajamas. That's gangster right there. So everybody, do me a favor. Have a beautiful day. I hope I answered a couple of questions, and I want to keep this on your brain. Is this a hobby? Is your gardening a hobby, or is it a lifestyle? Do me a favor. Ask yourself that question. Are you really trying to change your whole way of gardening or in eating? Or is it just a hobby? Nothing wrong with it being a hobby at all. That means have fun with it. But if it's serious, invest the money. Your initial startup, invest the money in it. And you can't go wrong. You know what? For instance, my aquaponics, hydroponics setup, I penny pinched. I made it work. I made my system work. But what you don't know is how much money I wasted making it work. Now, the initial price, yeah, about 50 bucks or so. That's what it actually is supposed to be, okay? But me keep on running back and forth to the store, seeing if this piece fit, that piece fit, back and forth to the store to see, oh, this tube works better. So I'm wasting money buying tubes that I'm like, I can find a better tube than that guy on that video. I can buy a better piece than that girl on that video. Keep going back and forth. So all in all, I'm wasting over $150 on a whole bunch of shit that I don't even need. And all in all, when it's all said and done, I may have spent $30 to $50 on the real setup, but all the wasted material was about $150 worth of wasted material. Then now I got a big ass bucket in the garage. Like, what am I gonna do with all this pipe and these little clamps and shit? I don't know. I'll come up with something, but that's what I'm saying. The same thing with, if I would have just listened to Miss Craft and Two Max in a Pack and just did exactly what they got aquaponics set up, if I would have just followed them directly, I wouldn't have had no problems. I would have just did it and not wasted no money. But I was like, I think I can do it a little cheaper than everybody else. That'll give me bragging rights. But really, I don't really have those bragging rights because I still wasted a lot of money trying to figure this shit out. So in gardening, do your research, invest the money. Some of this stuff sounds terrible. For instance, okay, would you pay $60 for a persimmon tree? Somebody asked that question too in a recent live. Would you pay, that's a question right now, I want everybody to answer. Would you pay $60? We ain't gonna say persimmon because that's one of my favorites. I hear a few people don't like it. So would you pay $60 for an apple tree? A pink lady apple tree. Would you pay $60? I want to hear anybody say, would you or would you not pay $60 for the tree itself? Plus $20 shipping. So all in all, just say, would you pay $80 for a pink lady apple tree? From a reputable dealer, from a reputable good nursery, would you pay $80 for that fruit tree? If you say yes, you win, because I'm telling you, you're going to get your money back immediately. Fresh and Sassy says, I pay $100 for a Honeycrisp apple tree. See, you're going to get your money back. A lot of people look at that as throwing away money. You Miss Finance is in the house. I'm just now seeing you. That's the woman right now talking about, her whole channel is about what I'm really talking about right now. Investing your money, how to invest your money, how to save your money, how to fix your credit. I'm just talking about it in the garden. Miss Finance in the house. Would you tell them, Miss Finance, that initial investment is going to save you money in the long run. Because if you keep penny pinching and doing little stupid, for instance, you buy a used car, you got the used car for $200, and you like, I can fix that. I can fix it. It just needs some brakes and it just needs some tires, and it just need a muffler, and it just, oh, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, that's no problem. You got the car for $200, but by the time you done tinkering with the damn car to make it roadworthy, you've lost not just money out of your pocket, you've lost man hours. We never think about man hours. We never calculate that up into money, which I was saying earlier about time. I'm a mailman. I'm always at work. I don't have time. And when I do have time, I want to spend that laying up under lady leg. I don't want to be laying up under a car tinkering just to find out it's not just the muffler. I need the muffler and the catalytic converter. Stop that shit. Invest the money into a new car. Take care of the car down the line. It's going to cost you less money to do that, even though the car sticker price is astronomical. You like, man, ain't nobody told you go buy no Mercedes either, okay? I'm just saying, on a moderate car, don't nobody want to pay that initial sticker tag, but it's going to cost you less money in the long run. And gas mileage, you getting better gas mileage, fuel consumption, you getting better everything that's costing you less money. You just really ain't paying no attention to it. And less man hours on the side of the road. You stuck on the side of the road waiting for AAA. You paying for a AAA membership. All that shit ain't no different in your garden. Invest for the initial startup, and you will cruise the rest of the way. Some people said this, and a lot of these comments on some of the lives and some of the videos, and y'all have seen them, so I ain't got to, I ain't lying about it. You say, you make this look so easy. The initial startup wasn't easy. Coming up with all the money. The chicken coop, for instance. I scrapped that together. If I would have just invested the money for real in the first place, I wouldn't have had, I spent way too much money on that damn chicken coop, putting it together, building it. So invest that money in that startup and you'll cruise the rest of the way. That's why it looks so easy to me, because it is. Because that first initial startup of prepping my soil, picking the right trees, where the trees gonna go, where am I getting the trees from? Y'all advice, yeah, I make it look easy. Somebody even said I make cuttings look easy. That's because I listened to Rose 5150. Man, initial startup. Invest and investigate, and you'll do fine with your garden if you're serious about your garden. So RB said, you got to work your garden daily if you want a plentiful harvest. You know what? I'm going to say this. That initial startup, if you do it right, if you put the right stuff on your land, every day all you really got to do is check your garden. Every day, all I do before I go to work, I check it when I get home. My wife think I'm crazy to this day, I promise you. Because I leave in the dark and I come home in the dark. And the first thing, I don't come through the front door most of the time. I come through the back, because I come back here and with my flashlight, start looking at stuff. Did a beaver bite me? Or looking at everything is okay. Am I flooded out? Any trees missing? That's what I do. Hey, Mama Butterfly, how you doing this morning? So I just check everything now. I don't have to keep worrying about, oh, spring is coming, I better hurry up and feed everything. I don't got to do that no more. That initial startup, because I know that soil is so rich. If I forget to feed it, it's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So that first, boom, I invested the money in this project. I can cruise the rest of the way. That's how I do it. Landon says, your channel has me growing bananas. Well, I love growing bananas. And you haven't seen me really produce bananas off those trees lately, because I kind of got to the point where, again, that's another one of those things for me here in South Carolina. I'm like, even if I get a bunch of bananas, I'm gonna get one bunch of bananas, you know, and all this energy that went into it and all the nitrogen and all the water that I gave it for a bunch of bananas. Yeah, I can brag and say, yeah, I grew those. But when you really think about it, it's kind of like, was this a good investment? Could I feed everybody with this? No. So for the most part, now what I do is I plant my banana trees around the land for beauty, give that tropical look. And if I spit out some bananas out of them, but now growing bananas and making bananas spit out is not first on my list anymore. It used to be when I first got into them, but now once I produced a lot of bananas, I was like, you know, when I think about all the energy and man hours that I put into that one banana tree and what I got back in return, it was great because I got my own bananas. That was a whole year worth of investment for this bunch of bananas. You know what I'm saying? So if they give me bananas now, great. If not, I'm good with that. That's just for decoration now. But they are delicious. When you grow your own bananas, they do taste different from the store. I try to tell people that. They do taste very different. They're sweeter. And that taste I can remember from being a kid of what bananas really taste like, that's what they taste like. You know, almost like candy. So that is a bonus. But I'm looking for stuff that's going to give me high production to feed the family. Right now I'm really focused on I really want to feed the family now instead of just keep growing stuff to be growing it. Let me see. Charlotte Organic Food Force said, didn't get any bananas until I listened to you. Well, you know what? On people, and this one guy said, I said, chop them leaves off, take them pups off, and throw your fertilizer down and keep watering and water that. This man told me I was a liar. If you go back to, I don't know which banana video it was, he was mad at me. You hear me? He was pissed. Like, that ain't how that works. That don't work. I said, listen, man, calm down. It's cool. I said what works for me. This what works for me. And I can't say it's going to work for you. You know, take it easy. He act like I came in his house and said, listen here, son of a bitch. You better start growing your bananas this way or I'm going to send you all to hell. That's how he was acting. While they was eating dinner, I bust through his front door with that crazy shit. I didn't make you watch my video, man. He made me feel like, you know, I had him by the collar or had some toothpicks in his eye making him watch my video like, no more. Shit, turn the channel. You know what I'm saying? He was emotional. I'm sorry, man. That's just how I grow them. It's that simple. So yeah. Now, let me see, Miss Craft, can you pot them? What you trying to pot up, Miss Craft? They were so good. Oh, the bananas. Yes, in a container. Yes, you can. Miss Craft, you ain't got no banana plants? Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to say, we're going to have to fix that. But yeah, okay, you guys, I'm not going to keep you no longer. I just wanted to hang on to you real quick and get you guys, some of the people that was asking the question. And really, it's a question we got to ask ourselves. If you're OG and you've been gardening for a long time too, sometimes you got to step back and ask yourself that question too, like I had to do. I've been gardening all my life, but I literally had to be like, hey, growing some of this stuff is kind of stupid on my land. I need to stop that shit. Why am I growing this kind of tree and doing this? Hoping that it works. hoping that it can take my soil and my weather and all them different kind of apple trees that I had. I got rid of that shit. The only thing keep producing apples is this Anna apple, this Dorset Golden, and that Fuji apple, and that Wolf River. The rest was like, I want to give you an apple, and all the apples was all like, hello, get rid of them. They ain't supposed to be here. I ain't got time to keep experimenting to prove to the world, because trust me, I was hell bent on that a lot, trying to prove to the world that it can grow here. I'll leave that to some young bucks to figure out. Now I'm just trying to get food. I'm trying to grow food. I ain't got time to be no scientist. Landon say, what about super dwarf on a windowsill or truly tiny indoor bananas? I mean, like I say, I'm not. That's not my thing anymore. I just grow bananas now pretty much from here on out for decoration on my land, because they get about 20 feet tall or better, and with the big giant broad leaves, beautiful, look like palm trees. If they give me bananas, great. If not, great. So I'm not growing any more little. You said you're an indoor gardener, right? Okay, for an indoor gardener, you could grow the dwarf Cavendish. I got my mother a dwarf Cavendish. It grows excellent. She has a little patio and she sets it right there. In the wintertime, she bring it in. Well, I bring it in. Excellent, excellent banana plant for like a small space, little apartment, somebody indoor, outdoor type of perfect. So, okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. I'm going to get out of here because I'm about to go out here and play. It's my day off. And it's gray and cloudy, but it's not raining. And I'm going to have fun anyway. So, thank you guys for stopping by. I'm so glad everybody came this morning. I really am. But I've had this written down. Look, this thing got old stains on it. I've had this stuff written down for about 2 weeks, I believe. And I keep wanting to talk about this. And more people keep asking me, how do I get started? So I really wanted to get this out there. Oh, you didn't miss nothing, CMA Hesse. I'm just running my mouth again. Oh, one last thing before I go. As usual, the size of your garden. The size of your garden. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to stop. Everybody think that you need about 50 acres to grow some food for your family in your house. With just what I have, and I got a 50 by 50 garden out there, that is entirely too much space. I can grow enough food where I can sell it. I'm growing enough food where I'm feeding my livestock, my chickens with it. I'm feeding us with it. And I don't even use the whole garden. I broke my garden off into 4 sections. And I'm just going to keep rotating it. Each section is something like 10 by 10 or something like that. And I'm just going to keep rotating. And I might use 2 plots or I might use 3, but one is always going to be empty. You don't need that much space to grow a lot of food. You don't. I'm growing collard greens in containers, and we've been eating off of them collard greens and that kale all winter. And that, I don't know if that picture in the thumbnail came up, but those are the same collard greens, you guys, that I've been growing this whole fall season and winter. We still eating them. It seems like the more I pull off, the bigger they get. I'm feeding them banana water and 511, Lady 511, fish emulsion. I start putting that back in there. I mix the banana water with the 511, and it's like, poof, it's exploding. So the more I feed them, the more we tear off, the bigger they get. So you don't need that much space. Get you a couple containers, get you a little small plot, get you a swimming pool, little baby swimming pool. You don't need all of that nonsense to be growing a lot of good, healthy food for yourself. So it's just about the investment. So yeah, let me get out of here because you know I will keep on talking for another about 3 hours. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. And I can't wait to get out here. I've already been out there actually because I wanted to show you guys something. All right. J3GS Farm say there must be them Georgia greens. I got Georgia greens. I got Georgia collards and the Asian red mustard greens. Whoo! If you gonna start eating healthy, that's the way to start it because it's really working for me. Like I said, I ain't cutting my beard till at least 20 is gone, and I might just let it keep going after that. See the Harlot, just got here. Oh, see the Harlot, where you come from? That's okay. It's okay. We gonna do it again. We'll be ready for the next one. That's the Greenhouse Lounge for you. Never know what we about to do. So everybody have a beautiful day. Enjoy your day and think about it. Is this a hobby or a major investment? Are you gardening just for fun? Or you seriously want to put some food in your house? That's the question. Everybody have a wonderful day. Live Farmer 73. I love you, and I'm out. Cheers.